from just a few states over. She's every ref's favorite. And she dresses like a CEO because she's a boss. Please welcome to the show, Caitlin Clark.
Caitlin Clark didn't play a single minute during the WNBA All-Star game and somehow still dominated the entire weekend. The cameras were on her, the Nike billboards were about her, and the crowd? Yeah, they screamed for her like she dropped 50. In a year where her every move becomes a meme or a headline, Caitlin Clark walked into All-Star Weekend like it was her personal victory lap. She wasn't in uniform, but she didn't need to be. Even from the sidelines, she stole the whole show. While other players posed for Media Day, Caitlin was doing interviews with Sue Bird and casually shutting down every false rumor like a pro.
Obviously, we'll just say the obvious. We're all very bummed that you can't participate.
Me too.
Yeah, I know you're bummed as well, but you can still enjoy it.
Indiana rolled out the red carpet and Caitlin walked it like a queen. But here's the kicker. She didn't fake the humility. She praised the behind-the-scenes folks, talked about citywide efforts, and gave credit to the committees who planned everything months in advance. Like, who else takes the mic and starts applauding the interns?
I think it's amazing. Like, you wouldn't want it the other way, so you just enjoy it, and they've put so much time, effort, and money. Like, when we found out we were getting All-Star, they've been working on this around the clock. There's been so many different committees and so many different people that will never get credit for what they've been able to do and just the logistics behind it to make it amazing. You know, see everything that's being put on and just enjoy the vibes, I think is absolutely incredible.
And just when you thought it couldn't get more wholesome, she started thanking fans who came out just to be part of the atmosphere. Not even for the game, but just for the vibes. That's the part that hit hardest. She didn't just show up, she showed love. Like a franchise player who knows the city actually matters.
You wanted to show up
Yeah.
for Indiana in the WNBA All-Star game. What went into that decision-making process?
That would make the one here a little, like, just not as fun. So, and it's in your own city. Like, I was going to do it no matter what. And I wanted my first one to be here in front of our fans. Getting to do it in front of these fans that have honestly poured into me since I came here after I was drafted. And they've been amazing.
She even admitted she was bummed she couldn't play, but that didn't stop her from owning the moment. Most athletes in that situation would dip out quietly. Not Caitlin. She went all in to make sure All-Star Weekend felt like the event of the season. No drama, no diva behavior, just pure energy and leadership, and all without stepping on the court. Let's zoom out for a second. This was supposed to be a showcase of all the top stars, and somehow the one not playing became the headline. That's how powerful her presence is. It's like if Steph Curry sat out the All-Star game but still stole the camera at every angle. That's what we're working with here. Let's talk about the biggest lie that refused to die. The NBA three-point contest drama. According to one completely made-up rumor, Caitlin Clark turned down an invite because she didn't want to shoot off a rack. Seriously? That's the kind of lazy fiction you'd expect from a middle school lunch table, not a professional sports outlet. So Caitlin did what Caitlin does. She burned it to the ground. Right there, on Sue Bird's podcast, she said exactly what fans were thinking. Who comes up with this ST?
Recently, there was like that rumor, lie, whatever you want to call it, which was so dumb that you declined because you didn't want to shoot off a rack.
Yeah.
It's like, what?
I don't know who wrote the article, but I'm sure they didn't feel great about themselves after I did that. So I don't know who their source was, but whoever their source was wrong. But I mean, maybe I would prefer to catch and shoot off of a pass, but any basketball player would say that. But it's a three-point competition. Everybody shoots off a rack. That's just how it goes.
And yeah, she said it with a laugh, but make no mistake, it was a direct shot at the legacy media that keeps putting words in her mouth. But that wasn't even the most savage part. She followed up by saying she didn't even know who wrote the article, but whoever it was probably felt real dumb after hearing her fact-check them live on a mic. In an era where athletes are coached to play it safe, Caitlin just unloaded the clip and walked off smiling. Oh, and it gets better. She explained the real reason she passed, because the WNBA All-Star Weekend was happening in her city, in Indiana. She wanted to show up for her home crowd, not split attention with a flashy NBA event.
You've been preparing, you've been prepping. You did turn down the NBA offer for the three-point contest. That was the whole thing. But you did turn that down, but you made good on your word. You wanted to show up for Indiana in the WNBA All-Star game. What went into that decision-making process?
Yeah, well, I mean, they obviously really wanted me and Sabrina to do it. And I was just like, well, I mean, that would make the one here a little, like, just not as fun. I wanted my first one to be here in front of our fans.
So basically, while the media clowned her for dodging a contest, she was actually staying loyal. Imagine that. Now let's add just a little spice to the pot. She threw in a sneaky jab about her coach Steph White while talking about one of her best performances, that Liberty game where she caught fire from deep. Clark joked that once she hit 2 or 3 shots in a row, she didn't really care if the next one was coach approved. Translation? When Caitlin's in the zone, don't try to stop her. Just get out of the way.
When you're like feeling this heater approaching, like what, like, do you know, like, what's happening? For those that'll never experience it, can you tell us?
In college, every game I thought I was on a heater. But that's how I had to play. I would say more so professionally, like that Liberty game. For me, like if I have 2 back-to-back in a row, like I'm probably going to launch a third that maybe isn't advised by Steph, but like I got to get it up. And then if the third goes in, like you're just hot. But yeah, I like that moment I had with Stewie when I made that one over her. Like, I don't know how I made that shot. Like, I barely got it over her fingertips. Like, I just started laughing, and then Stewie was laughing because we were both like, wait, what? How'd that go in? And then Sandy's
like,
laughing.
What the fuck? You're like,
Sandy's
what the
laughing
fuck?
behind me.
It was the kind of cheeky, confident moment that made everyone in the room laugh, because it was so on brand. This wasn't bitterness. This was pure awareness. Caitlin knows the system, and she knows how to play around it. 1 part savage, 1 part loyal, and fully in control. And just like that, the media circus got flipped on its head. Instead of being the girl who ducked the spotlight, Caitlin proved, again, she is the spotlight. Whether she's calling out fake headlines or sneaking in jokes about coaching, she controls the narrative. So, who is Caitlin Clark when the cameras are off? According to her, the answer is simple. I'm a total goofball. Yeah, the same Caitlin who pulls up from the logo with defenders hanging off her like backpacks is apparently the class clown of the locker room. If you thought she was all fire and fury, think again.
What do you feel like is the most misunderstood thing about you on the court and off the court?
I feel like a lot of people don't realize like how goofy I actually am. Like, and I think like a lot of my teammates would say that, like, even like Steph White was saying this the other day, like people don't realize like I'm just like comedic relief in the locker room. Like,
oh no, you got jokes in the group chat.
Yeah, group chat.
I'm like, sometimes I'm like, this motherfucker is a troll.
Yeah.
It's too. It's
yeah,
like
you're in the troll age.
Yeah.
It's these days.
Yeah.
Do you?
And here's the surprise twist. Her coach Steph White even said Caitlin is the comedic relief for the whole squad. That's not something you expect from the face of a league. But Caitlin says once the game ends, the intensity drops and she's just there to laugh, joke, and mess around. It's giving Kevin Garnett intensity on the court and Shaq-level goofiness off it. She even said her group chat is full of jokes and trolling. Yes, Caitlin Clark is that friend who sends the meme before the moment is even over. You've got to love that kind of duality. On one hand, she's the assassin dropping 40 on Asia Wilson, and on the other, she's cracking jokes about butter sculptures at the Iowa State Fair. And speaking of butter, we have to talk about the most Iowa thing ever. Caitlin was sculpted out of butter, right next to a life-sized butter cow, and she wasn't even weirded out by it. She was proud. She talked about the tradition like it was a Hall of Fame plaque.
How do we feel about butter,
This is
Caitlin?
me made out of butter. The Iowa State Fair is one of the best fairs in the country. They're known for making a cow out of butter, and a couple years ago they decided to sculpt me out of butter. You can see the cow's nose over there to the left.
I think the ponytail's my
I didn't
favorite.
get to keep the butter though, so
Yeah, did you have some toast?
it's
or
solid,
what?
honestly.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Decent, to be
Butter
honest.
The line was really long to just go look at a butter statue. A butter statue.
That's amazing.
Like, this girl really said, yeah, that's my buttery face next to Bessie the cow, and I love it. But don't get it twisted. Being funny doesn't mean she's soft. Caitlin explained that this switch between serious and silly is what keeps her grounded. She knows how to protect her mental space. She knows when to lean into being the public figure and when to fall back into just being Caitlin from Iowa. That's not just personality, that's strategy. And just when you think it couldn't get more relatable, she brought up her reaction to a now viral meme of her face during a tense moment with Atlanta's Ryan Howard.
So good.
I feel like every game there's always like a new meme of me doing something.
This one is top notch. I don't even know what happened.
I mean,
I do. Ryan Howard was trying to rough you up. You're like, I'm not scared of you.
Oh yeah, that's what I said.
I'm not scared of you. Oh, it was so good. I remember
I
was
thought
watching
I was
this game live.
tough. I thought I was tough, and then this is what I look like.
In real time, she looked ready to brawl, but in the freeze frame, she looked like she just smelled something awful. Her words? That's not even what I looked like, but instead of getting mad about it, she laughed. She joked about the messed up ponytail, the bad timing, and even mimicked the face again on the podcast. Caitlin's not scared of the internet, she owns it. And that kind of self-awareness is exactly what makes her such a magnetic force in the WNBA right now. Let's take a moment to remember how this all started. A girl from Iowa, dropping dimes and draining threes, suddenly goes viral thanks to a triple-double in the Final Four. 41 points. That was the night everything changed. Not just for Caitlin Clark, but for women's basketball. And no, it wasn't just the fans who noticed. LeBron James posted about her. Steph Curry started shouting her out. Travis Scott even randomly put her on his Instagram story after a loss to UConn. Caitlin didn't even know why. Her phone just blew up. But that's the thing. When you're that good, even superstars take notes.
When we played UConn in the Sweet 16, we ended up losing in San Antonio. Like, I remember Travis Scott had posted me on his story. And I like got back to my phone and like everyone was texting me. I'm like, yeah, I have no idea why he did that. Like, I'm like, that's super cool. But yeah, the one person that like really like made me starstruck probably was LeBron, because like LeBron was a person that I grew up like absolutely loving. Like he was, so I'd say him, even throughout. And Steph, even those like at the end of my college career, they began to like comment on some things as I was ending my career and then now professionally. But
now here's where things get wild. Remember the photo of Caitlin whispering to Taylor Swift at the Chiefs game? Twitter turned it into a conspiracy theory within seconds. Was she giving Taylor advice? Was she telling her to dump Travis? Nah. Turns out, Caitlin was just explaining what the penalty flag meant.
Ooh. Oh. Why did everybody say it like that?
What were you actually saying?
Honestly, like, I love football and I know a lot about football. So I was like telling her like why they threw a flag or like, so I was just explaining things, but yeah, that was really fun. I'm a big Chiefs fan, so yeah, it was cold. Like my face is all nice and red. I kind of look tan, but as you know, I'm not a tan person. But
she's a huge Chiefs fan, and when Travis Kelce started cooking on the field, she was freaking out like any other diehard. Caitlin said her face was red from the cold, but her energy was all joy. Just a regular fan, hanging out in the most unregular suite of all time. But let's not pretend it's all sunshine and sidelines. Fame brings nonsense, and Caitlin's seen it up close. From random articles inventing stories about her decisions to the way the media flips one freeze frame into a meltdown, she's had to learn how to clap back without losing her cool. Like during the interview when she called out the false NBA contest rumor. Her response? Calm, funny, and absolutely lethal. And then she pivoted right into explaining how being a meme doesn't define her. It's just part of the game now. As she put it, every game there's a new meme of me doing something. That's how you know you've made it. She even reflected on her high school soccer days, specifically the time she went full kamikaze on a goalie with cleats up and zero hesitation.
Tell us about first of all, what's happening here?
I don't know, honestly. I
we're balls to the wall.
That goalie.
Yeah, this looks like a card.
No.
This was a state tournament. This must have been my sophomore year. No, or my freshman year. I'm not sure. But that's our rival. That was our rival high school, so we played at state. And I came back and we just like started playing in the state tournament. And I like just rejoined the team and then about killed the goalie, I guess. Clearly I didn't score, so.
I know. You gotta sell out.
Megan,
you gotta sell out for the goal.
Do you have any input on this?
Yeah.
No, I think it's great.
She didn't score, but she got the yellow card, which honestly checks out. Caitlin's never been afraid to dive in, whether it's a playoff game or a state championship. And if there's one thing this entire interview proved, it's that Caitlin Clark isn't just a generational talent. She's a once-in-a-generation personality. She can break down a defense and a media lie in the same breath. She's smart, funny, fearless, and totally herself. From butter statues to breaking records, Caitlin is redefining what a modern athlete looks like, and she's doing it with her own voice. One three-pointer, one headline, one viral meme at a time. If you're enjoying this content and want more like it, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It helps a ton. Thank you.